In order to start making encounters, simply press the encounter generator tool from the launch hub, and you should see this window appear. What this tool allows you to do is create random encounters for any environment that your party may come across, as supported by 5th edition. So for example, if your party is wandering through a desert and you want them to face some relatively tough enemies, you can hit tough guys for the difficulty category. And if you want them to face a group of 3 enemies, select 3 from the dropdown and hit generate. As you can see, there are a variety of desert-themed enemies that have populated here, and each one of them carries a drop with the chance for them to drop nothing, if it's not logical. What this tool lets you do is it lets you quickly get an encounter up and ready, and also handles the process of the party wanting to loot the enemies to see what they carry on them. So for example, if they were able to slay this Lamia and they spent the time trying to look for loot, they would find that its hide could be skinned for 15 gold pieces. We support, as I said, a variety of terrain types, so if I wanted instead, let's say, a forest encounter with fodder enemies, but a few more of them, we can do that here. And as you can see, you get forest appropriate enemies, each of them carrying a drop of their own based on their creature type. And you may have noticed that we also have this option to make a battle map. What this will do is it will use our battle map generator tool to create a battle map with the terrain type selected. So if I press generate battle map, after a bit of loading, you'll see that we get a forest map, as that's the terrain that we selected. For example, if I make an Arctic encounter, let's go one really tough enemy. We can see that an Ice Devil is there, and we have the ability to once again generate a map. This time it's Arctic as per our terrain type. So essentially all that you need to utilize this tool is just to know what terrain your party's in, how difficult you want the challenge to be, whether it's non-combatant, fodder, tough guys, mid-bosses, and bosses, and the number of enemies, 1 through 6. If you're wanting to know a detailed breakdown as to what each of these difficulty is, please refer to the help documentation for this tool on our site, and it will give you a detailed breakdown as to what each of these categories is CR-wise. That should be everything you need to know to start making encounters and doling out loot to your party.